What's up, everybody? This is your favorite friendly neighborhood American Infidel, and I am once again along with MPSIronMike, and we are doing the second part of the first Gears of War game complete campaign multiplayer playthrough. And for this part of it, I would like to actually focus on the characters within the game a little bit, just because they are each very just dynamic character, I guess, developed well. I just finished reading through all. Well, I didn't read through them. I downloaded them to my iPhone because it was like 2011 and no one fucking reads anymore. But whatever. But I just read through the complete. There's 5 or 4. I think there's 4 books now that all kind of delve into the background and into the future and a little bit. They they weave in between the the video game and the history and the future very well, and it really ties everything in together. The next book that is coming out won't be until it's not out yet, but it actually deals with Marcus in prison. So I guess as we jump into this character overview, I'm just going to go ahead and start right off with Marcus Michael Phoenix. Now, it's well known that Marcus Phoenix, is Adam Phoenix's father. That they're very, very wealthy, and that Marcus was in jail, and it was because he went to save his father, and he left his command post, and a bunch of Gears died, and that really, really pissed off Hoffman. Now, we first see Marcus, he is in jail. He is still in the bars of that prison that is just already destroyed. It's already torn down. But what we don't see is any other prisoners, and that is because, as it was known that the city was being overrun, that the Locust Horde was coming and killing everybody they see, and General Hoffman ordered that prison be cleared, so the rapists, the murderers, the bank robbers, they were all let go. Marcus was the only person purposely left in that prison to be killed by the Locust, and it was on Hoffman's order. So to say that there is some bad blood between Marcus and General Hoffman, a bit of an understatement. But what we also see here is Dom coming in and getting Marcus out of the jail, and that is very to say that those guys are best friends is not good. Marcus, he grew up in a very rich, very wealthy family. He was homeschooled for several years until he went into, I don't know if it was a public school or whatever the coalition of or the governments would call their schools. Marcus left his homeschooling and he went in, and his first day, of course he met Marcus. Jesus, what's the other guy? Dominic. Basically the Santiago brothers, and Dominic basically took it upon himself to look after Marcus and to kind of be like, hey, this kid's a little bit different. We need to be careful. We need to watch out for him. But it was also on that first day that because of Dominic trying to look after Marcus, that they got in a fight after school, and Marcus just kicked the shit out of these other kids. And needless to say, that the Santiago boys and Marcus were, they were family. Even the Santiago family took Marcus in. Marcus would go to the Santiagos and eat dinner with them, and spend the night with them. And that's really how Marcus learned about family, because he's very private. He doesn't talk really at all. At best, you can get like an eyebrow raise from Marcus, and that's showing a lot of emotion for him. So basically what happened to get Marcus into that jail is, even with reading the books and watching the game, it's still, it's because he left his post, and it's because when he left his post, a lot of people died, but he left his post to go try to save his father. But all that has been said is that, the father was dead by the time he got there, which I'm not really entirely convinced that the senior Phoenix is dead. I think he's still alive. I just do. I get that feeling, and I don't know if it comes out in the third game. I don't know if it comes out in the in the book series that's coming out. But I don't know. For some reason I think he's still alive. Whether it's like he put his brain into some sort of bot or whatever. I don't know. I just think he's still alive. Who knows? But whatever. So what we get, I guess. Anything else more about Marcus we should go into? Oh, okay, so he went into an intermediate school to mix with people by his parents. So, I mean, whatever that is all about, I guess. Let's find the Santiago guys. Let's go in and talk about them. Because that would be the next dude, I guess, right? Santiago. So, like, I've always said that I cried when Santiago, when he found his wife and he had to kill her and all that stuff. Like, that was some sad video game shit. But just that one scene, that has really been building for many years within, Dominic's actual life. Like I said, Dominic and Carlos were brothers. Now Dominic, at the Battle of Asheville Fields, which is where the Gears of War stole the light mass bomb, from the independent, what is it? Yeah, the IR, the Independent Republics. Basically, that the Pendulum Wars were against the COG and the IO Independent. I think I'm saying Independent Republic, right? But okay, so Dominic or Dom was actually an elite commando, and let's see, yeah, Dominic was the elite commando, and Marcus was in the regular COG regiment alongside of his brother. God, what's his brother's? Dominic. Holy cow, what is his brother's name? Oh, Carlos. Yeah. So Marcus and Carlos were in the COG regiment, and they were tasked with kind of watching the back, and kind of really the first time where we see, like, oh man, everybody in Carlos's family is dying. It's right here at this battle, because basically what happened was Carlos kind of fucked up. He jumped from cover, he kind of made a run for it, and he got put down pretty hard, but he wasn't killed. Marcus was actually the one who found out that, he's down,
we're at the stairs now.
It's actually, it's horrible even describing it, but there's a good 20 minutes in, I guess in real life, in book life, where it's kind of, Carlos is thinking to himself, Marcus, don't come for me. And it's this whole, there's another sniper, Bernie, who's kind of like the commando teacher, and I'm really hoping she's also within the next game, but I don't think she is. But so she has her scopes, and she realizes that Carlos is going to die, that his wounds are horrible, and she knows that if Carlos, Dominic's brother, is still alive, that Marcus is going to try to get him. So you have Carlos is dying, and he's trying to pull the pin in his grenade so that he can kill himself, and then this other lady, Bernie, is watching him, just hoping that he can do it so that she doesn't have to kill him with her sniper rifle. But because they both know that if Marcus tries to save him, that Marcus himself is going to get himself killed. But it's this incredible scene in this book, and I'm like, holy shit, what's going on? But Marcus finally gets to him, and he dies in his arms in this horrible scene, and Marcus literally puts him in like a rain poncho or something, and it carries his carcass, away, and they all go back to the ship. And this is kind of the first time where you really see Dominic just like, holy shit, everything is just going away. So as you know, in the previews for the third film, we kind of see, you know, Dom is just lying in the dust. You know, he's just fucking done, basically. And then it's Marcus who has to pick him up. And you know, I cannot believe that Dominic hasn't killed himself really after reading the books and kind of going through these stories, because it's bad. You know, the first thing is, you know, Dominic, his brother dies. And then when the Locust Horde comes out, Dominic's children were away with the grandparents and the family, the children were all killed. So the only people left is Dom and his wife. And his wife basically just goes insane. She doesn't talk, she doesn't eat, she doesn't leave the room. In the house, that the children's rooms, they can't be disturbed. So everything is exactly as they left it, because she thinks that they're gonna come back. And she goes out for walks, and Dom doesn't really quite know why, but she goes out and walks because she's looking for the children. And you know, no matter how much he tells her that they're not coming back, she doesn't believe them. So that's why she is gone. That's why, even though he continued to look for her, because she literally just left one day and is, you know, looking for the children. And then so when Dominique, he finally, because he spent years, he went into, you know, the stranded camps looking for her with that pictures, and just he spent years trying to find his wife, to no avail, and only to find her in that state. And then he puts her down. It's like, oh my god. So that's basically why we see that Dominic is just like, you know, basically just on the verge of just, I don't want to say he doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's just that he's like, he's just done. You know? So let's see. Marcus, Anya, who else? I gotta find the Coltrane, baby, but I could probably just talk about Coltrane. Basically, everybody knows Coltrane was the thrash bar superstar, and that's really putting it lightly, because you know he was quite young, and he is basically the Michael Jordan of thrash ball, but only if Michael Jordan's career was 5 years long, because and you know, he had every record. Coltrane had every record. He had statues. Everybody was him. But when the Locust Horde happened, when the Locust came out, you know, he had to go fight. And so there's this whole scene where he goes into the thrashball stadium and he gets the whole crowd and he tells them, you know, we have to go fight. He gets everybody ramped up. And you know, he does. He leaves all of his possessions behind, and he has denied every single promotion that the Gears have ever thrown at him. You know, all he wants to do is kill grunts. Let's see. So Cole and Baird are tied into each other.
Let's do this.
Because Cole, the first time Cole meets Baird is when Baird is in a bathroom, literally getting slushy. They're not slushy, but twirlies. Some guys are kicking the shit out of him and like dunking his head in the toilet, and that's how Cole and Baird meet. Baird is not that much, you know. Baird comes from a very wealthy family. I believe his father was a senator, and he's mad because, you know, he is incredibly smart. And his parents wanted him to go into engineering school, do all the engineering stuff, and this and that. And but yeah, he's wicked smart. The other character I really like is Dizzy. Dizzy is that guy who drives the ground lift. And shit, I'm out of time. Screw this. Alright, look everybody, I'm out of time. We had way too much fun. But what was this? This is the second part, so this is the end of the very first campaign. For the next part in the series, what I'm going to do is kind of go through what's happening and fill in as much as I can. My upload time is increased, so I don't have to worry about time. But look guys, I'm American Infidel. You're YouTube, stay classy. Go to MPSIronMike, go to Yoush.com. Alright guys, thanks so much.